Hello, everybody, and happy June. You might notice we have a new face with us today, Michelle Rich. We're really excited to have her join us as a licensed realtor on the team. And finally, I have another woman on my side. So extra excited to have her here today. And we have some exciting stuff in store. But first, we're going to start with Julien.
Yeah, like we always talk about, the stats. So the stats last month, it's not looking bad whatsoever. Average prices climbed up a little bit. The one nice thing for buyers is that volume of listings is going up. So finally, we're seeing a spring where we're actually getting a little more supply, and units sold are up slightly in different categories and down slightly in others. So overall, I would say that's pretty even. And then a big announcement on Wednesday, which I'll let Jory talk about here, will, I think, impact what we'll see in terms of demand on the buy side in the next few months.
Yeah, so Wednesday is the next Bank of Canada interest rate announcement. There's been some speculation on what's going on there. We all listened to Benjamin Tal, who's the chief economist for CIBC, earlier a few weeks ago, and they were talking about the latest GDP numbers as well as inflation numbers indicate that we could be seeing rate decreases as early as June, with predictions for by the end of 2025 we'll be at about a 3% interest rate, which is great for buyers.
Yes, so we're all expecting hopefully a positive announcement tomorrow or Wednesday. Today's Monday. We're also joined today by Marlon Brass, who is the managing broker and property manager with Remax Rental Pros. And thank you for joining us, Marlon. We're so happy to have you here to give us an update on what's going on in the rental market. I guess one of the big topics out there that our clients are asking us about is 4 months legal notice. What's happening there?
So that bill has passed and has royal assent through the Parliament, and now we're just waiting on the what most likely will be the implementation of the online application process that will be through the residential tenancy website. So I think that part of the component has to be completed before the Lieutenant Governor will enact that approved bill through regulation. So they're expecting that to be later here in the summer. They're still working on that. At the same time that they were, of course, working on this policy, they also have changed the requirement on owners to reside in a property for landlords' use. So now we're having that 6 month expectation has now been to a move to a 1 year as of April 3rd. So they actually kind of back one. So.
Yeah, that's a big change for a lot of people. So if you're evicting a tenant, I guess you have to have either an immediate family member or yourself in the property for 12 months before you can put it back on the rental market.
Yes, or sell it. That's correct. Absolutely. So,
yeah.
And that being said, though, on the new 4 month, of course, it's going to be a change, and people don't like change, of course. But I have spoken to. We do have a new property manager in our office from Alberta, and I guess their standard there has been 90 days or 3 months notice, and so I think the expectation should be okay. Like I think it should be. I don't think that's as dramatic as it sounds for purchasing, I would imagine. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for sure. Another question we often have from our clients is how to deal with difficult tenants. So you have a tenant in one of your rental properties that maybe isn't following the rules of the tenancy agreement. What does that look like as far as how do you enforce things and how do you follow up on that?
Yeah, well, the root of it, of course, is that you have to have a good residential tenancy agreement with them. There is a standard one on the residential tenancy website, but it doesn't offer any real protections for an owner. So we use a very thorough one, and that covers a lot of our bases. And then with our leases also, we have some what we're moved to what we call the material terms. And so those are kind of like the ones that most people think about, the no smoking, the no pets, those kind of material terms. And so they're, you can sprinkle a few of those into your agreement, and that will protect you for, it's almost like they didn't pay rent. Those are egregious things that tenancies can be ended with. But barring that, what you have to do is you have to, write them up, give them an opportunity to correct, write them up, give them an opportunity to correct. And so it's all making sure you have the documentation, and expectations can be met. So.
Makes sense. And of course, the most frequent question we get is, what are current market rents here in Nanaimo?
Current market rents, I think they've been pretty, I guess would be flat or stagnant here for probably the last, since the not last November, but the November prior to that, when the market slowed there, and a lot of product came on market at that time. It's been relatively, it had dropped down to about 20% at that time, and it's been maintained pretty flat and consistent. Although I do have some worries about the condo market here. We've just built so many, seen a lot of those, but single family detached townhouses, those a little bit of a different offering than the condos. They're renting. You're not getting the crazy market prices that we saw before, but I think we have right now about 18 days on market for us for rentals. So it's the inventory is moving as long as you're properly priced, but that's just like selling too, I imagine. So
yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much, Marlon. That's lots of great information, and we really appreciate it. And we hope that everybody has a wonderful June.